Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Katie and these are the colors that I'll be using together to create a wintry sunset scene. This is perfect for last minute Christmas cards or just decor. If you're just starting out with watercolor, you don't have to spend your money on these professional grade paints. Trust me, student grade works just fine. So I'm just using the back of my empty watercolor pad to tape the painting onto in case I want to move it around. It has a rigid back, so it's perfect for this. And if you're wondering why my left hand has band-aids all over it, it's because of this really cute puppy. Yep, that one. He has very sharp teeth and he shredded my fingers. I'm taping my paper with some super cheap dollar store painter's tape. It doesn't tear the Arches cold pressed paper that I'm using. I highly recommend that you do use 100% cotton paper, and Arches is really great, I have to say. Here's my little thumbnail sketch. It was important for me to have some trees in the background near the horizon line, but also in the foreground. I'm starting off by drawing the straightest lines that I can possibly make. The tape really helps me make those quote-unquote perfect parallel lines. Using a size 8 silver black velvet brush, I'm wetting the paper with a super light wash of blue and then yellow on the bottom. Now I'm just dotting in some more Hansa yellow near the horizon line while the paper is still wet. And I repeat this with Indian yellow. Now, working more towards the center of the sky, I'm just dotting in the pink mixed with the zinc white gouache. Notice how I'm adding color while making really squiggly lines. This basically is how I added most of the colors towards the top of the sky, and then I blended out with a bit of water when the paper got too dry. I still dot in color here and there, but for the most part I'm doing the crazy zigzag motions. With my purple mixture, I work my way towards the center and stop so that the center remains the brightest and really pops as more color is added around it. Just adding some more prussian here. Notice how the right side of my paper is drier than the left. That's fine, because I'm going to keep blending and layering color. just using a towel to lift some color here and there, and then I go back with the permanent magenta and gouache mixture for a bit here. You'll see that I start straying away from the gouache and using mostly magenta. With minimal water, I'm lifting and blending in some areas where I just laid down some of the Prussian and indigo. I also started to dot in some more of my blue and violet mixtures. I really liked how the clouds looked facing downward. Now, just like I did with the sky, I'm adding in a light wash of Prussian blue for the snow. With a lot of greenish umber on my size 2 brush, I'm starting to work on the trees from top to bottom. The lines are used as a guideline, so if you were to fold the trees in half vertically, they'd be the same length on both sides. I hope this makes sense. And I'm pretty much using the same dotting motions as I did for the sky. The first layer of greenish umber is dry, so now I'm adding in some dark areas to give the impression of shadowed branches. I also do this step again after the snow is added. With some indigo, I'm lining out the snowy banks and blending that out with water. I wet the rest of the areas to add more color at the bottom of the trees. I'm using my zinc white gouache here for the snowy branches, and I'm still using my size 2 brush like I did for the trees. If you're interested in any of the products I use in this video, by the way, there will be links in the description below. Now I'm adding in another layer of gouache here, and then I'll just go back in with my greenish umber underneath the snowy branches like I said earlier. With a super tiny size 12-0 brush, I'm painting in some little stars with the white gouache in the darkest parts of the sky. I just paint a little plus sign and then blend out the center with a little bit of water. And that's it. This is the finished product. At the time this video is posted, this will be available for purchase over on my Etsy. I really hope that you do try this out, and you can tag me at Dainty Paints on Instagram if you do. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see all of you next time if you're subscribed. Bye everyone.